How does that sound?
Man, I'm so hyped right now. Anything's possible. Anything's possible!
Kevin Garnett's story began in the small town of Greenville, South Carolina in May of 1976. He was raised by his mother Shirley along with his two sisters. Shirley instilled in all of her children from an early age that the keys to success were hard work, grit, and determination. Garnett carried this mentality with him throughout all aspects of his life, but on the court is where his anything is possible attitude always shined the brightest. KG fell in love with the game of basketball from a very young age. He spent nearly all of his time growing up playing ball at the local courts. He would often be there from daylight to dark. As he developed, so did his game, and people started to take notice. His love of the game paired with his astonishing size, athleticism, and skill were too much. So he decided to join the basketball team his freshman year at Malden High School in Malden, South Carolina. He was an absolute phenom from the start. Garnett's game and intensity brought an aurora of excitement to not only the team, but the entire community. Unfortunately, during the summer leading up to Garnett's senior year, he decided to move to Farragut Career Academy on the west side of Chicago. Upon arriving, Garnett dominated the competition, averaging 25 points, 18 rebounds, 7 assists, and 6.5 blocks per game, while shooting 67% from the field, leading his squad to a 28-2 record. He also claimed the awards of USA Today's National High School Player of the Year, Illinois' Mr. Basketball, and the McDonald's All-American Game MVP. He was the most coveted high school prospect in the country with offers from every college in the nation. But KG had other plans. When Garnett was selected with the 5th pick in 1995, he had become only the 4th player in the NBA's history to make the jump straight from high school to the pros. When the youngster arrived in Minnesota, he was greeted by a dismal franchise that had yet to scratch the 30-win mark in their short 6-year history. In the summer of 1997, his rookie contract expired, opening the door for a large offer based on his rapid development as a player. 1 hour before the signing deadline on October 1st, Garnett inked his name on a 6-year, $123 million contract, setting the record for the largest in league history at the time. Garnett's outstanding improvement in both his play and leadership abilities led the Timberwolves from a 26-56 record during his rookie campaign to a 50-26 record just 4 years later, spawning playoff berths in all 4 seasons. Over the next 3 seasons, KG continued to carry subpar teams to the playoffs and lose in the first round. Finally, during the 03-04 campaign, Minnesota's front office got Garnett some reinforcements. This roster would finish with the best record in the Western Conference and go on to break the 7-year streak of losing in the first round. The team was eventually bounced in the Western Conference Finals to the heavily favored Los Angeles Lakers. During the 04 season, Garnett enjoyed the best year of his career. He averaged an insane stat line of 24 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, and 1.5 steals per game. He was also the NBA's most valuable player, an All-Star, first-team All-NBA, first-team All-Defense, and led the league in rebounds. Unfortunately, that season was the most success KG ever enjoyed as a member of the Timberwolves. Over the next 3 seasons, he would continue to carry the team on his back as the team's record got progressively worse from year to year. Finally, in the summer of 2007, after 12 years in Minnesota, he was traded to the Boston Celtics for a huge deal including 5 players, cash considerations, and 2 first-round draft picks. The trade paired KG with 2 other superstars, Ray Allen, a multi-time All-Star and marksman from 3, and also fellow multi-time All-Star, longtime Celtic, and career 20-point-per-game scorer, Paul Pierce. The trio quickly became known as the Big Three and were projected to make it to the finals from day one. The 08 Celtics lived up to the hype. The squad finished with the best record in the league at 66-16. KG spearheaded the team's success, bringing home the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year award, All-NBA First Team honors, All-Defensive First Team honors, and led all players in All-Star votes. The Celtics continued their success into the postseason, where they reached the NBA Finals, matching up with none other than Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. After a hard-fought 6-game series, Boston captured their 17th title in franchise history. finally giving Garnett the elusive championship he had been chasing for over a decade in Minnesota. KG and the core of the 2008 championship team would remain together for the next 4 seasons, even making it back to the finals in 2010. As Garnett continued to age, his numbers began to drop subtly, along with his athleticism and durability. After a short 1.5-year stint in Brooklyn, he returned back to Minnesota where it all began to finish out his career. KG finally announced his retirement on September 23, 2016 after 21 seasons in the league. He brought the values of hard work, grit, and determination from the small town of Malden, South Carolina to the biggest basketball stage in the world. Garnett proved that anything is possible through intensity and determination.